This month on the Unsquared Circle, will Hogan host Raw, the first ever UFC news on the show, and are Jeff Jarrett and Karen Angle living together? Here are the hosts who find it all so you don't have to, Bobby Black and Wrestling White.
Hi wrestling fans, welcome to the August edition of the Unsquared Circle. We're your hosts. I'm Wrestling White.
And I'm Bobby Black.
First off, we got a few announcements to make.
As you can tell right now, we are a little crisper, a little cleaner, a little smoother. That's because we got a new camera. Building up to our new anniversary, we decided to get a new camera, and we were going to wait to use it at the start of season 2, but we're guys and we're impatient. So also, during our build-up for the anniversary month, we are going to have several things released on every Saturday in the month of August, which will be the first Saturday, which will be the first blooper reel. Second Saturday will be our second blooper reel. The third Saturday, which will be our Q&A 2. The fourth Saturday, which will be, of course, the SmackDown versus Raw, the Great Debate. And, of course, the last will be our oldie but moldy special edition where we will show you a unaired first ever edition of the Unsquared Circle. Not even posted on YouTube. It was, I think, like a month before we first ever posted. So that's what we got going for you. Let's move on along.
Yes. We would also love you to check out the Anonymous Angel's MySpace page and become her friend. And also check out her Etsy page where you can buy cookies. And as Mick Foley would say, have a nice day! Have a nice day! Or as the Joker would say, let's put a smile on that face.
Also, in regards to our anniversary month build-up, in regards to our anniversary month build-up, you can check it all out on our calendar at MySpace. Go to our MySpace page. It's all in the description box. Let's move on to our top stories.
On our top stories, first off, Jeff Jarrett was not at the Victory Road pay-per-view in Orlando, with employees being informed that he is taking some personal time away. In an update on the situation, word from the locker room is that Jarrett has been removed from TV indefinitely. The timing of the situation is interesting because it occurred immediately after a caller who claimed to be an employee of TNA stated on Bubba the Love Sponge's satellite show last month that Karen Angle is living with Jarrett at his residence in Nashville. Dixie Carter's decision for Jeff Jarrett to step away from his duties in TNA is her decision, not Jarrett's. As quoted by the anonymous Horace Meltzer, it is not Jeff's decision, it was Dixie's decision. It's a very complicated issue, in fact more complicated than anyone would believe. Unquote. It should also be noted that there was a rumor going around among TNA personnel backstage at last month's show saying Jarrett was suspended. Dixie Carter ordered Jarrett to go home as soon as she found out about that person's claims, which has been described publicly as him agreeing to take a leave of absence. Jarrett was booked in segments at the Victory Road pay-per-view that were either tweaked or removed. The direction of the booking for last month's show was planned before all this stuff went down, as is television for the next few weeks. It has been confirmed by independent sources that Double J's and Karen Angles are indeed romantically involved. However, it has also been confirmed that Jarrett and Karen Angle are not living together, nor have they ever lived together. That aspect of the phone call was incorrect, so it wasn't true. It wasn't darn true. In a related note, many people said that Kurt Angle was aware of the relationship dating back to last fall when he was feuding with Jeff Jarrett on television.
The long and short of it is, we thought that Jeff Jarrett was doing Karen, and we were right. Were they living together? No. Does anyone care? No. Okay, moving along.
Did you know? The last month's TNA pay-per-view Slammiversary was only ordered by 7,000 people. If the report is true, the viewership of the pay-per-view would be only 1 in 214 Impact viewers.
In an interview with the Minnesota Star Tribune newspaper, UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar once again talked about his life as a pro wrestler, while hyping his title fight at the UFC 100 pay-per-view. Lesnar gets a lot of heat from the MMA community about his time as a pro wrestler, but says that signing with the WWE was a no-brainer at the time. After Vince McMahon offered him $250,000 on a multi-year contract, Lesnar said, "Here I was wondering how I was going to buy myself a steak and a beer after a national tournament, reaching down and pulling out lint." Lesnar said it was a pretty easy decision to go with the sure thing, and the sure thing at the time was pro wrestling. When Lesnar left the WWE, he was midway through his contract that was netting him millions of dollars a year. Unfortunately, life on the road was not worth the deluxe salary. With the fame and money came a self-destructive lifestyle fueled by alcohol and pain pills, namely vodka and Vicodin. You're in a different city every night, he said. You can be whoever you want to be. You can sit in your hotel and rot to death, or you can just go out and, well, use your imagination. And I didn't use my imagination. I was living it. Really. I was a young man, 22 years old, bank account overflowing, and everything else.
Alright, also, in the last several weeks, the WWE creative team has had talks of possibly bringing Kurt Angle back when his contract with TNA expires. The creative team was said to be split down the middle on the issue, with half wanting him back and the other half wanting him to stay away. Apparently, when the creative team took issue with Mr. McMahon, he immediately said, "No!" Vince was not a fan of Angle's prescription pill problems, and he doesn't think that Kurt is a channel changer.
Also talking bad about Vince McMahon shot down the idea of having Hulk Hogan as a future host of Raw. There is some heat between Vince and Hogan, but another reason is that Vince doesn't like the idea of having a wrestler as a host. He wants to focus on mainstream celebrities for now. When the WWE legends are brought in, he wants them to set up pay-per-view matches, even though they really are too old to wrestle anymore. Anyway, that wraps things up for our top stories. Let's move on to our individual segments.
Alright, on to my news. Mick Foley has posted a new blog on his MySpace account, putting over Daphne and discussing non-scripted promos. Concerning Daphne, Foley wrote that basically Daphne's a good wrestler, she's a good performer, and she has a good character. He also said, "Have a nice day." Also in my news, Hulk Hogan Appreciation Day took place on July 10th at Toyota Park in Chicago. Hulk Hogan was on hand at an autograph signing costing, brace yourself, $99. Holy Eagles, Batman. But was not featured on the wrestling card. Yeah, definitely an eagle. Also, a number of former WWE performers, including Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Jimmy Hart, Tito Santana, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brian Knobbs, and Jerry Saggs, aka the Nasty Boys, were in attendance. Alright, in more news, WWE Hall of Famer superstar Billy Graham has put his Hall of Fame ring up on eBay. The 2004 Hall of Fame inductee was personally presented the ring by Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself. The winner of the auction will also receive the original letter enclosed with the ring, which was also signed by McMahon. On a lighter note, Goldust is going to be selling his wig, but he's going on a website called HeGay. WWE has re-signed the wrestler formerly known as Eugene, Nick Dinsmore. However, he will not be coming in to wrestle as company officials want him to help groom younger talent. Thank heavens for that. I would not want to see Eugene. Hi! Finally, it is being said that Taz's arrival in TNA has shaken up both Iron Mike Tenay and Don West, as the general belief is that he will wind up as an announcer once his role managing Samoa Joe runs its course. One of the reasons given for West's newfound heelish persona was to get him over as a character and thus save his spot when Taz arrived. However, no one has been given any indication on what the future announcing crew would be. Probably the same fate as Michael Cole. And that about wraps it up for my news.